Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited today. I have the first video to show my short series of paintings highlighting women of color that I've been working on. And yeah, so let's get into the video. So initially I set up everything and unfortunately I left my stuff out and I went to go get some water. When I came back, my little sister had used some of the white paint and painted at the bottom where you see me painting right now, so it kind of messed up the texture of it. So I went over it a few times to try to get an even layer, but I didn't want it to be too thick, so it just kind of winds up looking a little texturized at the bottom. But that honestly at the end it wasn't that big of a deal for me, so I kind of just left it alone. But I started off with some of my colors pre-mixed already, just to make it easier on myself, because I notice sometimes it takes me a while to paint, so just having the colors already laid out simplifies the process a lot for me. But yeah, I worked pretty much with kind of an earth tone palette, just a lot of browns and variations. And I tried to simplify it for her clothing and her skin to 3 different tones, because I noticed the acrylic tends to dry pretty fast even when I use the retarder, which is supposed to extend the time it would take to dry. But I tried to work a little bit faster with this just to prevent it from drying so fast, so that I could actually take my time and blend some of the colors. So I just reduced it down to 3 colors for her skin tone, and that worked actually pretty well for me. I'd go over with a layer and then I'd choose one of the other colors and just kind of work and blend it, kind of like how I would do with watercolor or any other type of medium. And of course, because it is acrylic, I did have to go over this a lot of times just to get a somewhat even layer. And initially when I went through, I think I started kind of with some of the dark areas where the creases were within her jacket, and then I went over with lighter areas, but it wasn't necessarily blending the way I wanted it to, so I spent a lot of time on the jacket trying to get it somewhat kind of how I envisioned it. So yeah, that was one of the parts of this painting process that definitely took a long time. It was the most frustrating initially, because it just wasn't turning out how I wanted it to. But yeah, also I just have to know I'm really loving this above view of the painting. I've been trying to work on different setups so that you get just a better view, because sometimes the angle views, I don't know, they always kind of bother me a little bit. So I kind of did this whole little setup where I have the camera above so you can see everything pretty well. And I try to be conscious of that too when I'm painting and moving my hand around, that at some points you're able to see the progress that I made with the paintings and everything. So yeah, now I'm just going in with a darker valley, darkening up some of those areas where you have stuff in shadow or the creases. And yeah, now I'm going in with this lighter color, and it's starting to have more of an even layer. So yeah, I don't remember exactly because I did record this a while ago, how long the process took for just the jacket alone, but I feel it probably definitely was a while. So I've been working on trying to figure out what is a good timing for these longer videos, because I don't want to make it the full length and in real time, because I just know that would just be way too much. But what's a good kind of in between as far as how long and how fast to make it go. I tried to be aware too, but I didn't realize it till like later on, just kind of like when I moved the painting around a little bit, just making sure that certain things are in view. And please excuse this like up and down like shaking motion. I think the table is probably like shaking a little bit, so that's why it was a little bit unsteady. But yeah, I definitely had the most fun, I think, with working on her face and like the rest of like her skin, because I think it came out really well for like my first time trying this kind of like simplified technique, as far as just choosing 3 colors to use versus trying to get like every single different hue I see, and just kind of simplifying that, I feel like, is another style of painting that I've been trying out. So yeah, just going back into the arm or the jacket. Oh, it's so matte too. I had like the black and the white and the red on the side just in case I needed to go in and add some of that to the already 3 existing colors I created. But like, I don't know if I forgot to add the retarder to it or a little water or something, but they wound up like drying out. I feel like right around the time I started working on like the skin, and I was so mad because I'm like, that was like a decent amount of paint that I kind of like lost. Generally, when I like set things out on a palette, like my palette paper, I try to start with a smaller amount first before I add more, just because I don't want the acrylic drying out and like not getting the chance to use it. And then sometimes it's a lot to try to like reactivate the acrylic. In some cases you can. In other cases, if it's like completely dry to the way it was later on in this process, it's kind of like really difficult to go back and try to reactivate it. And like every time I notice too, every time I add the color onto it, it changes. It'll wind up changing the way it looks, like the value. So I noticed that as I was going in there. So that's why at certain points, like, I add either a little bit more white or a little bit more black. But yeah, right now I have like a really good, I think, base for the jacket. I also really enjoyed doing the hair. It wasn't like anything too crazy going on, but I think that's probably why I enjoyed working on that particular part so much. And I realized when I was trying to do like the baby hairs and stuff like that, I really needed to get a smaller brush, like a liner brush or something, so that I could get those really super detailed parts that I need to paint. And I finally did what I said I was gonna do, and I went to the art store and purchased like some smaller brushes, but I honestly think I probably could go even smaller. So I don't know, but I haven't worked with them yet on any like portraits, but I'm gonna try them out very soon. And I think I'll probably make a video and just kind of like talk about kind of like my experience with the smaller brushes and like just the difference and like what I like or don't like about it. So yeah, now just going to the other side and adding in the black. I think I said this before in a previous video, but oftentimes too when I paint, I move around. I don't stay in one place too long. Like once I start laying down color, I'm able to see kind of like where I want to go from there. And it's nice to see kind of like the contrast between kind of like the jacket I already like laid out, like this base color, and then now going into the hair, and then eventually like the skin. Also, too, something I feel like is worth noting, like I noticed when I've been like filming my audio for my voiceovers, I set up like my camera on top of like my laptop just so I can get like a better like view of myself and see kind of like narrate basically like what's happening in the video, just so it syncs up with the audio. And like my freaking computer fan is notorious for coming on. I was trying to figure out, okay, what can I do to like not have that happen? So I exported a better version of me painting so I could watch it as I'm talking right now to do like the voiceover, because generally I'd watch it while it was in like Premiere Pro, and I think that's just like too much for my computer right now. So the fan would wind up kicking on, and I was just like, it's really annoying to have that fan noise in the background. And I did try to do like a noise reduction, and that helped a little bit, but it's not as much as I would have liked it to. So yeah, I've been trying to like solve that. So hopefully in this video I don't really have too many issues as far as the fan goes. Alright, now just go ahead and over that, kind of trying to get it even more like dark. I think probably for my next video I'll do video and audio, kind of like I did with my previous video, where you can like actually see me and hear me at the same time, and like I have like a little pop-up of me on one side of the screen, and then the other side of the screen you see the actual painting. I definitely probably will do that with the next painting. I didn't do it with this one just because of time's sake, but definitely be on the lookout for the next video, because I'll probably be doing something like that. Alright, just go ahead again. Too, another thing I noticed, like, but I think adding more water to like the acrylic might help. It's like sometimes when I get to the edges, like I want clean edges, but it's like I wind up getting like this like dry brush look at the edges, and I'm just like, oh gosh, that's not necessarily what I want. I mean, like in this case I feel like it doesn't look too bad, but yeah, sometimes you just want those clean edges. So I think next time I'll probably try like adding a little bit more water to like the black, so that the acrylic moves around a little bit more easily, so I can see if that makes a difference in terms of getting like cleaner like outline of everything. And I'm going in with like gray and adding those lighter parts in her hair. And like, see, in this process, like I realized definitely a smaller brush would have been like perfect, just so I can get those like curves, those really small curves. Because I tried to position the brush at a certain angle to where some lines looked skinny, but in some cases it was kind of difficult to kind of get that look I was going for. I always think it's really interesting once you start getting to like the skin portion of it all, and like I said earlier in this video, like it's my favorite part hands down. Like I always have like tons of favorite parts about like a painting, and then of course the parts where I'm just like, this gave me the most trouble. But like with the face, I was really surprised. Like I don't know, I just really enjoyed it because I was just able to blend it in a way that I haven't been able to before, I feel like, with acrylic. And it kind of just like, it just worked for me this time. I was just like, thank you, it's working. So yeah, and I was surprised when I reduced it down to like the 3 colors that like, I feel like that was enough. Like I of course could have gone in with like different hues, but like the 3 colors, like I feel like they did the job perfectly. So yeah, now I'm just like going in the face, laying down kind of like the first layers of color. And even though I still had like a bunch of like white that I needed to like fill in, like I feel like I was already feeling this point like of the painting. I'm just like, yes, this is gonna turn out like how I need it to turn out. Okay, now going under eye. Sometimes too, I'll go in with like a dark color and it'll be kind of like a harsh like line I might put in. But one, the acrylic dries really fast, but two, like I want to be able to blend it, so I like laying out like shadows sometimes, like very like contrasting shadows, and then go in with like a lighter color and then just kind of like start blending. Like I found that's a technique that sometimes works really, really well for me. I honestly had so much fun with this. Honestly, I wish I could just go back and like redo something similar to this. I probably honestly will in like a future video or something like that. Cause like, I don't know, this just was so much fun. Like, I had parts of course that were like stressful, but like overall I think I had a really good experience with this particular portrait. And this is like to kickstart the small little series of paintings that I'm doing, highlighting women of color. So yeah, I'll probably be posting this at some point on Instagram as well. I kind of just wanted to get out these videos first and then like start posting it. But yeah, we're basically nearing the video, so like if you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on that post notification bell so you never miss when I upload. Thank you for watching.